Welcome in everybody to What's Good with Gil and Larry, man. Right now I'm running solo tonight because we're gonna go live with this draft. Today is a big day for the NBA. We're gonna find out who done found their potential number one guy. We already know who the big guys up on the board is. It's going to be live reaction. So I'm going to take every pick as it comes across. I'm going to give you my synopsis on it, whether it's a good pick, a predicted pick, the future. Right now we all expect some big guys going to come off the board. I'm looking at the draft not starting until after the fifth pick. Honestly, from 1 to 4, I think we kind of got to cement it. I think I know who the top four guys is. I think the whole world know who the top four guys are. Okay, before we get to that, man, I want to excuse for my partner not being here, Gil. Larry. He's off today because by the time he would have got here to do this live performance, he's got to work schedules like that, and it starts at 8, and he was not going to be able to make that time frame. So I'm here holding it down for What's Good with Gil and Larry because this is an epic night for the NBA. And next week when we go on, Gail will give us his opinion of the draft, his picks, his sleepers, predictions. What do you feel for certain teams and the direction they're going? But before we get into all that, man, we got to get to the business, man, because the draft started yesterday. All the moves is going to start from yesterday, and the big news was Giannis Antetokounmpo going to, and I probably jacked his name up. We know who it is, the Greek Freak, going to Miami, man. Miami was already in the works about him possibly going to Miami, and then Boston jumped in the picture, and Jaylen Brown was allegedly on the block, the trading block with him for a swap out. From reports is that Boston was not willing to give up way more picks for Giannis, and I get it. He's a top 5 guy. You not only do you want your future guy or a guy to build around, which is Jaylen Brown, which is a top 10. Think about it. He was an MVP of the finals. He was definitely in MVP race last year rather. So you was getting a guy that could literally you could build around. But I think they wanted way more draft picks, which Miami is willing to give up. They gave a Tyler Hero. They gave a Jami, Jami Jaquez rather in this deal. Whole bunch of first and second round picks, man. So I would expect that. Obviously, Miami has a plan for Giannis because you don't come down to South Beach underneath Pat Riley. Which think about it, he already fits the bill. He's already in fit. You ain't got to worry about the 2% body fat that you had to have working or playing for Miami. You got Bam Adebayo down there. You got Davion Mitchell. You still got Andrew Wiggins. I don't know what they're going to do with Norman Powell, but you have a lot of pieces down there, man, that you could work around. A lot of pieces in Miami. So right there, that was seismic. If I'm Miami, I'm looking to build up my bench. I probably will get me a 2 guard. If you don't keep Norman Powell, you gotta go get you a 2 guard. Some big names out there, but I'm gonna try to keep this thing fluid, y'all. I'm trying to keep it fluid. We're gonna have comments. I want y'all to come pipe in live with y'all predictions. But I think if you're looking at the way the draft should go, I'm looking at AJ DeBonce going number 1. It's a lot of reports of between him or Darren Peterson. If I'm looking at AJ, if I'm looking for my Washington, you got to think Trae Young just signed a 4-year deal, 212, right? You got Alex Sarr down there. I don't know what they're going to do with AD, and AD, honestly, is not something that I'm going to think to build around because he's out there declined and he's been injured everywhere he's been at. So that's not going to be the staple guy I'm looking to kind of build around. But if I could get a young guy with the confidence of an AJ DeBonce who's coming to this league, man, ready. He has a high motor. He's going to give you everything. He's looking to be a pro. He's looking to be that guy to be able to build a franchise around. He's young. He understands his role. He understands what, he's looking forward to that responsibility, man. And you look at a guy with his size, 6'9", man, poof. I'm not going to put him with LeBron James, but, man, if it ain't that type of man, he got that type of, like, LeBron, Kobe, just a dog. Just a dog, you know what I mean? So I'm looking for Washington to start to trend the right way because they have some pieces down there. You got Trey Young who's going to come in there. He has to prove that he is still that guy. And you bring a young guy with a motor like this. I mean, it's a smart pick. I think it's a good fit down in DC. I think it will get the DC area behind the team because it's been a long time since they was able to get behind this team, man. Washington has not put a product out there which the home base could get behind. They haven't had a team since John Wall and Bill was playing together. So if I was a DC guy or a DC fan, I'll be looking forward to this kid coming in, man, and changing the culture, man. But then you got to have a coach. It's going to come to coaching. It's going to be a whole lot of factors got to play to y'all starting to trend the right way. But I think it would be a great pick if you go AJ DeBonta. But if you go Darren Peterson, because you got to think, I compare Darren Peterson's situation to a Kyrie Irving. All right, because how Kyrie was that guy in high school, and then he went to Duke, and he didn't give him a full year because of injuries. But then when he came, he still went number one, came in the league, and we know what Kyrie was able to do in the league, man. He just one of them forces that just you can't do nothing with Kyrie. Handles, dog, go to the course of champion, one of the prolific players. Come on, man. So I'm comparing him to that for his caliber. I'm not gonna say he have the same playing style, but I think he could go and be an impactful player. So I'm looking for him probably to end up going to Utah, which would be perfect for him. You got Jaren Jackson Jr. down there. You got Markkinen. You got Kessler. You got Keontae George. You got some pieces in Utah. Ace Bailey. So now you bring in Darren Peterson. Come on now. That's what you need. You need a prolific guard. And then when he went head to head with AJ DeBonta, man, he held his own. He was, and jokers keep forgetting what he was in high school, man. He was that guy. Like, he used to dominate. Like, he used to embarrass top competition. So you don't go wrong either which way you go, either one or two. That's the only thing that's a big hiccup on Darren Peterson is the fact that he had cramping issues, durability. So you're thinking about an 82 game season, you couldn't even go 30 max for college. But we're not going to let that be a blemish on him. I still expect him to be the one or two. And then I think Bulls are going to Memphis, especially. It makes it interesting what they're going to do with Ja. Is Ja going to come on and stay on? And is he going to stay on and willing to go through the process of rebuilding in Memphis? It's some big question marks for Memphis. But yeah, man, we're about to get it popping, man. Right now, man, I'm telling you, we're on commercial break right now, so I'm bringing y'all in live as it's going along. Okay, so as that pick come in, I'm gonna let y'all know what the pick is, in my opinion of the pick, and henceforth, if y'all got any comments, man, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel. We're thanking everybody that has helping us get to 1,000 subs, and it's gonna be a giveaway for that 1,000 sub guy. We're gonna give you we're gonna give you something. We're gonna give you something, I promise you. But we appreciate all the support that we're getting on the podcast. We will leave all the comments. We try to answer all the comments, and it's going to be on the pop. And man, this draft is being compared to the draft with Kobe, Allen Iverson, that draft. Yeah, that draft. It's so much talent in this draft. This is like a draft that is worthy for me to come on and talk about it. Not like last year. I ain't gonna lie. Last year was not worth anybody going there. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, it was not that. It was no talent on that last year's draft. This year's draft, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be the shakeup. I'm telling you, with Wemby and with my boy Brunson, them boys in New York, and it's just a lot of Giannis in Miami. I'm trying to tell you, man, the NBA is coming back. Y'all better get on board. Y'all better get on board. And so I had to come and see where the future of the NBA going to be at. And tonight is the night. Tonight is the night where history is going to be made, and I want to give it to y'all live. So don't be afraid to comment, like, subscribe to the channel, okay? Because it is on now, y'all. On and popping. The future is here. Ah, man, this is going to be a lovely thing. Alvin Silver's walking to the stage now, y'all. You know what's about to be. Mr. Slender. He's walking to the stage as we speak right now, y'all. Oh man, it's on. Right now, Alvin Silver's opened up the presentations, man. He's talking. We got to celebrate the Knicks winning their first championship in 53 years. Go to my home Knicks. Yes. Yes. Oh man, he wasn't lying. He said nothing to bring people together like sports. And he's not lying, man. Sports is such a binder. And by the way, the World Cup is going on too, y'all. United States is kind of good, man. Argentina, Messi, them boys. Yeah. We got a new batch of NBA players. He's talking about the new batch of NBA players coming to this league, man. It's a beautiful day. But once again, for the soccer or football players, man, the World Cup is looking good, man. You got Argentina, Messi broke a record. You got the United States looking good. England's okay. Trying to think who else was out here that really is making it splash. Oh, it's on. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me stop talking. The number one pick, Washington Wizards. They're on the clock. 5 minutes to pick their pick. Washington Wizards, y'all, are on the clock. Washington. Man, Washington ain't been back to the finals since 1978. Sheesh. Jeez. But yeah, man, their number one pick was Kwame. And then they went and got John Wall. John Wall, man, changed that franchise around, man. And then after John Wall, it's just been dismal going to Washington. Washington was like a graveyard. I think the graveyard now is in Sacramento or Brooklyn, unfortunately, because Brooklyn just don't make good decisions. They had 5 draft picks last year, and they wasted on draft picks because I don't know nobody that they picked last year that was even worthy of mentioning. Nobody. They ended up breaking the whole thing down. Like, that was stupid. You could have probably got 3 of your number one picks and got Ace Bailey, who you could have built around. And he wanted to go to Brooklyn because he didn't want to go to Utah. But no, you wasted 5 picks on no names, and you don't develop them well. So right now, man, you got to go to Brooklyn. It's just not a good place to go. In Sacramento, we ain't gonna go there. Y'all fired Mike Brown, got rid of Darren Fox. Y'all what? You done brought Zach LaVine and DeRozan over. Like, what? They couldn't get it done in Chicago with pieces. We think he's gonna do in Sacramento. It's just been bad. They ain't had a team like a real competitive team since Chris Webber is playing. It's bad. Who y'all got going number one, man? Y'all think it's AJ or y'all think it's Darren? I think it's AJ, y'all. I think it's gonna be AJ. Yeah, they got a lot of lottery picks on it. They've been stocking up on lottery picks. Once again, I don't think it's the players per se. I think it's the culture. I think it's the culture, man. You gotta have people that's willing to sacrifice and build a culture. Because we could compare them to OKC, but OKC, once SGA kind of understood his role and he became that guy, and then them pieces, the number one picks and them top 5 picks they were picking. And look, this year they got 2 picks. I'm trying to tell you, man, they just got a great GM. It starts with the front office, y'all. Start with the front office, just like when we're talking about Michael Jordan and Jerry Krause. It starts with the GM in order to bring in the right people, the right coaches, the right culture, in order to build you up a program that's worthy of being a product you put on that floor. So I'm curious to see who they're going to get. I'm telling you, AJ is just the smart pick. It's just a smart pick for me. Right now, it's 5 minutes on the clock, so you know how that go, man. I gotta wait for the pick to get in, and I don't know what's taking so long for this pick to get in. Like, you know what I mean? Should know by now who the heck you going to draft. That's the stuff that be making me mad, man. Because what are we doing? It's like that year when LeBron was number one. What? Matter of fact, he didn't even wait that long because Cleveland already knew that he was going. Everybody in the world knew LeBron was going number one. That's dope, though, man. He's got a picture right now of Cameron Boozer sitting out there with his Carlos Boozer, man, and that's dope, man. To see your son be able to go through the same experience you did, and his pop had a nice career in the NBA, and to see his son there, man, that's a great moment as a father to say, man, my son about to really go on the league and carve out his own niche in the NBA, man, and just by him having that experience and being the NBA dad, and that his son coming up underneath that like Jalen Brunson with his dad, he might not have been a star in the league, but he had some good years, and he was able to instill that in his son and bring a work ethic in his son. And sometimes, man, you know, when you see your pop and them go through it, you want to be able to do it. This ain't nepotism right here, y'all. This ain't that. No disrespect to Bronny, but this ain't that. You know, this boy deserves to be the third. He could be number one. He's that good, you know. So it's good as not nepotism. He worked hard for this. A minute 5 seconds, y'all. I'm gonna know who the number one pick is, and we can elaborate. Washington Wizards, man. Is this going to be the pick that we could go back maybe 5, 10 years from now and say, man, that was a smart pick. Now look at Washington, man. 450 players in this fraternity, this brotherhood in the NBA. 450, man. You know how many people play ball in the world, and only 450 make the league? Man, that's special right there. And I understand why it's such a brotherhood. And you know, I've been watching like the podcast where you got Out the Mud with Tony Allen and Zach Randolph. You got up in the smoke or all the smoke with my man Stephen Jack and Barnes, Matt Barnes. Up the picks in, y'all. AJ DeBonce. He goes to Washington. No surprise. No surprise. Washington, congratulations. Congratulations to the Washington Wizards fan base because this was the pick. This was the right pick. This is the guy that you need to come down there and change the culture. You need this type of energy. You need this cockiness. You need this confidence. You need a guy that knows he's going to come in here and he's willing to put the work in to be great. Dare to be great. I'm telling you, Washington, you're trending the right way. You got Alex Sars down there. Now I'm trying to tell you, hopefully the coach can put it all together and put because you got a young, talented team out there. You got Trey Young, who's in rejuvenation mode. He got something to prove to say that, look, man, I'm still him. Yes, I like it. I love the pick. It's a great pick. It's a predicted pick. And he's a game changer. I believe he's going to be a game changer, man. He's going to be a game changer. I just love his confidence, man. I love his confidence. It reminded me of LeBron, man. When LeBron knew he's going to be number one, just that confidence, just but just know that I have to work. And I think that he's been groomed since he was 12 for this position right here, man. He understands his role. He understands what he's walking into. He understands that he has definitely put the work in to be great. But I believe that this is a great pickup, man. He led the nation in scoring and BYU. He put him on the map. Come on now. So, yeah, Washington, smart pick. Smart pick. You got a wing that can get to the bucket. That's going to be committed to the defensive side of things. He's explosive. Oh my goodness, you pair him with the SAR. You got Trey Young, man. I could tell you right now they're going to be scoring some points down in DC, which has never been an issue with DC pitting up some points. The problem is the defensive side. So now, if they can commit to the defensive side of things and start to bring in some pieces around the Bonse, Alex Sarr, and Trey Young, you start bringing them glue pieces. You're gonna need benches. You're gonna need some people that's gonna be the rebound, defensive guys. That's what I'll be looking for. Because I think I could get the offense done with these three guys right here. Yeah, man, that's got to be a great moment right there, man. Par- as parents to see your child go to the NBA and the number one pick on top of it. Right now they interviewing them, y'all.
This means a lot. Obviously, it's just a stepping stone. Obviously, I have a lot more work to do, but a testament to all my hard work and all the discipline and sacrifices that I've made.
I love the confidence, man. Just it's not too hype. He's taking in the moment, and he's just like, I'm ready. It's a great compliment to the hard work that I've been putting in, and and for his father, the sacrifice of his father, picking him up every day, to go to the gym, to put that work in during COVID, and just a credit to him wanting it more for the game and understanding that the love of the game has to be there. And Gil said, "No, you can't know dead time. You got to be able to talk throughout the dead time." Gil, I understand what you're saying. That's how I thought I had it, but man, look, man, I'm just going to, we could edit this. You know what I'm saying? But this is live. It's a live reaction, y'all. So it's a great pick. I think it's for me. It's going to really start getting interesting around that fifth pick because I'm curious to see what I figure Chicago is going to take Caleb Wilson, which would be smart. I'm curious to see what that fifth pick going to be, man. And where who's Brooklyn going to pick? Oh, Utah Jazz on the clock, y'all. Darren Peterson, dog. I see it as Darren Peterson. There's no getting around it. That's who I think that the pick is going to be. I think it's going to be Darren Peterson. Um, Once again, I think the fit in Utah will be perfect for him. He's an introverted person, so you're not asking him to come in there and just be this voice and to be outspoken and to be what AJ is going to be in Washington. I just think that he want to come in there and prove that he could be a leader and assassin, and that he is he's competitive. So I don't think that. And then being in Utah, I don't think he has. It kind of reminds me like of John Stockton. John Stockton wasn't vocal. His leadership came on that court. You know, he was feisty. He was defensive mind. He was a smart guard. He had heart. So anybody that talked great about John Stockton or played against John Stockton always had great things to say about his competitiveness. And I think that Darren Peterson is kind of in that same mold. And then you got size. The pick is in, y'all. The pick is in. Utah picks is in.
With the second pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select Darren Peterson.
Come on, y'all. It was already predicted. Darren Peterson from University of Kansas went to Utah. I'll be telling you, man, we already know. We knew. And I'd be utterly surprised if Cameron Boozer doesn't go to Memphis. But once again, this is a great pick for Utah. I think it's a great, excellent pick because he'll be able to fit into the dynamic what they got in Utah. They got some pieces out there. They're going to be a big team. You got Mark, and then you got Jaron Jackson Jr. You got Keontae George, Ace Bailey, and then you plug him in there, boy, y'all been trying to tell you, you better watch out for Utah. Watch what I tell you, man. If this guy could be who I think he's going to be, once again, I compare him to Kyrie, not on the aspect of his handle, because I got to clarify that. Y'all start clickbaiting me, talking about you think you're going to be you think you're Kyrie? No, he's not Kyrie. Okay, you don't get to make Kyrie's. I'm saying that how Kyrie was in college and he did not play a full season of college due to injury, but yet and still he went number one to Cleveland. And when he came in, he was impactful because because you had what he did in high school. You know, he was coveted. And Darren Peters is the same way. And then when he's on the court, he balls. Like when he's on the court, if y'all ain't seen no Kansas games and seen when he was actually on the court, he's impactful, y'all. The only downside is just the cramping issues and durability and him being playing an 82 game season. Okay. But when you come to the NBA and you got, I ain't even gonna say NBA money because you was making money in college, but let's just say NBA money. Now you got this is your full-time job, you're professional, so that means you're gonna have to hire the nutritionist, your exercise guy. Then you're going to organizations going to make sure that you going to be ready to play. 82 games. Explosive. I think he's going to come in there, be able to lead, get people in places, be able to defend. So I just think that Utah, once again, like Washington, I think they're going to be trending in the right direction. And don't be surprised if we start talking about playoffs and we're going to start talking about, I don't know, man. They can change the landscape. They're young. Both of these teams are young. So I'm giving about 3, maybe 4 years, man. And I'm going to start to see that turn. Once again, you bring in the right coach, the right culture, start building that culture around them, and watch how it flips. It has to flip. It's sports, y'all. If y'all have not been paying attention, bottom feeders eventually become contenders. Pretenders end up becoming contenders when you start bringing the pieces together and you start to get guys that really buy into what you're trying to do. Now Memphis is on the clock, and I think, man, you can either go Boozer or you go Caleb Wilson. You get Boozer. I think Boozer, his IQ is already there. I think his IQ is there. He's ready. He's big, play big. Man, went to Duke, put Duke on the map once again. He was that guy, and I just think that in Memphis, man, they got the young team. They're definitely was in rebuild. They're shuffling and rebuilding. They're going a new direction, and I think you need that type of piece to come in there and be impactful from day one. I think he's ready to go day one. I think he's going to be ready to go. He's going to be committed to not only to the defense side, but the passing. He has an all-around game. He's very smart. He processes the game very well. So I think that for Memphis, it's just a smart pick. But if you go Caleb Wilson, whatever, I think Wilson's going to go in Chicago. You just got an explosive player that's ready to go. Also, you need these type of pieces in order to kind of change the direction of these franchises. Because if you have these picks at this level, you are definitely not good. Okay, so it's a lot to put on these young guys' shoulders, but I think that the way the game is played now, I think they're being groomed and ready for this type of experience and this type of moment. I think they are all looking forward to coming in at this next level and proving that they are meant to be here. Rebuild mode in Utah. I mean, Utah is trending the right way. I was liking where Utah was going. That's dope. So now Memphis is on the clock, y'all. Man, that's a nervous feeling right there, man. Right now they got the camera on Camera Boozer, who was predicted to be the number 3rd pick. I can't wait till we get to the 4th and 5th pick because that's where I'm going to be like, I don't know. You got Zach Edey down there. You got Zach Edey down there, man, the big guy. Man. Memphis got incredibly lucky with from a 9% lottery chance to land a number 3 pick. Oh, The pick is in, y'all.
2026 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Cameron Boozer.
Cameron Boozer to Memphis. No surprise, y'all. So far, it's going according to plan. Mm-mm-mm. She plays with maturity. We don't know what Ja Morant's going to do. As far as is he going to stay, or are they going to deal him? So it's really depending on what Ja's going to do down there. But I love this pick for Memphis. I believe that you need this type of player to come in and contribute. I could see them getting back to that grindhouse style of play. Um, he's a pure basketball player. I just see a immediate impact coming in there, man. So don't look at Memphis as a team that's lost its identity. Look at Memphis as a team that's going to really be moving forward. Once again, you in that West, and I just love the way that the draft is going so far. Just all predicted. So obviously, I think that Caleb Wilson's going to go to Chicago, which isn't a bad pick at all. $22 double doubles, man, on the season for Cameron Boozer. So you're gonna get a guy that's gonna go a bit of rebound, put pressure on the rim. Um, I like where they're going.
This is a team in Memphis that's played undersized at the four with Santi Aldama, who can step out
I wonder what his little twin. I wonder what his brother gonna do. I wonder what his brother gonna do next year at Duke. You know,
Boozer's going to make Zach Edey a better player because you're going to be able to get into some high-low actions because of Boozer's passing.
I think that's gonna be a dope tandem with him and Zach Edey playing off each other. That's gonna be dope.
To extend against him, so Edey has a size advantage inside. I just think it's a great pairing with that young front court.
Boozer also said that Boozer also showed that he can come off of ball screen. So imagine Zach Edey setting a ball screen, Boozer coming off of the
You
ball
got a guy come off the ball screen, set the pick real good. And then if Ja could come back and just be Ja Moran and be explosive. Once again, I don't know how that situation with Ja is. I don't know if he's burnt out from Memphis, ready to move on. But man, a healthy Ja Moran, the focused Ja Moran, you can't go wrong.
I am so happy for you guys. Like, I have known you guys since you were little. So I just feel so much happiness for you guys right now. But for you, Cameron, just, you know, this moment was coming, right?
Right now, man, Lisa Salters is interviewing Cameron, man, and
Describe it honestly, man. It's crazy. It's a happiness, it's a joy. Basically, my whole life in a couple seconds. So it was amazing for sure.
And Cece's over there trying not to cry. I'm going to get to you, Miss Cece. But first for you, Cam.
man, that's crazy because she done watched them grow up since they was kids.
That was to save your older brother, Carmani, who was battling sickle cell disease. You guys did that. And I know that this moment is your moment, but in your mind, how much of it belongs to your brothers as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's my moment, but it's our moment. You know, as a family, you see us all sitting here. You know, I wouldn't be here without any of these guys right here, and girls, of course, my mom. But you know, it's just a great feeling to be here with them. They've been there with me every step of the way. So it's amazing for sure.
Great moment, y'all. Great moment.
All of you guys are. Just what's it mean to you to know that your brother, your little brother, probably a little taller though, but your little brother is the number 3 pick in the draft?
Being able to see everything he does, works hard, and it shows up. I couldn't be more proud of someone, and to be able to call my little brother is amazing.
And Miss Cece, I go back
that
to
little brother.
I go back to almost 20 years ago. You guys were dealing with so much fear and uncertainty at that time, and now here you are, 19 years later. All of your boys are thriving. Like, how would you describe this journey to get here?
I think it's really just faith over fear. So we battled that adversity as a family, and now we get to celebrate as a family and be here to watch Cameron, and I just couldn't be more proud.
And Carlos, I just keep thinking of the kids in their three Bulls jerseys at the Heat game cheering for the Heat. That was hilarious. But what have you told Carmani about what to, or Carmani, Cameron, about what to expect as an NBA rookie?
Yeah, first, just so proud of him, man. Like the dedication. You heard Carmani talk about it. His
Right
sacrifice.
now, they just interviewing Boozer, man.
Yeah,
Carlos Boozer is
obviously,
talking about
enjoy these moments. Obviously,
just his
long
son and the impact
when your
and
entire
just his
life, so
moment
enjoy it,
as a
man.
parent
Enjoy it.
is a proud moment, man. To see your son, man, accomplish a lifelong dream and to see that dream being accomplished.
Basketball runs
It's just a
deep
great
into
it's a
Tuesday
great day, and
morning, and now
especially for the
Chicago
Boozers,
Bulls
man, to see the
are
next
on the
generation of
clock
NBA
to take the game
families take
into
on.
Let's send it back
Once again, this ain't nepotism. This is
the
hard work.
Chicago Bulls here
And I ain't taking nothing for
Wednesday
Bronny, man.
at
Listen, man, it's a
12
great thing, man, to be to play in the league, man, especially play with your pop, man. So that's dope. So I don't want to keep on knocking
With the
Bronny.
fourth pick
The
in the
four pick is in, y'all, for
2026 NBA
Chicago.
draft, the Chicago Bulls select Caleb Wilson,
Caleb Wilson.
University of
One,
North
two, three,
Carolina.
four, like I called it. Like everybody knew this was no mystery surprise draft. All right, y'all. You be an idiot not to take these players in this order. You'd be dumb. It'd be one of them dumb drafts. If you took anybody outside them top four guys, you'd be an idiot. Okay. So yes, Washington got it right. Utah got it right. Memphis got it right. Now Chicago has got it right. You got Josh Giddey down there. Now you got this young Caleb Wilson, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. Listen, y'all. Listen, God, listen sometimes, okay? You got some pieces Chicago. You still gonna have to bring some more pieces in Chicago though, because y'all got some. I love the way they came on last year, but they definitely gonna need this type of player to really push them to a different level. Because Chicago came out the gate, man. They came out strong out the gate. Once again, it's an 82 game season, so you're going to need this type of young motor that can impact the game not only offensively but defensively. So I just think it's a great fit for Chicago. I think that man, you got a guy that could, he's fluid, he's athletic, he could guard all five positions, block shots, run the floor like a wing. The Bulls have locked down a true identity for years with Caleb Wilson, and if he lives up to his potential, it's gonna be a great pick. It's a smart pick. And he's defensive, man. Like you get a defensive guy. Come on, man. Phew. So yeah, I think Chicago definitely has a great pick here.
I think he's the most dynamic, certainly front court athlete in the draft. And there are times where it looks like he's
Mm-mm-mm.
tiny, where he just jumps up and punches it over you, and your jaw's on the floor. He's got a really good shooting touch.
Man, look at all the great Carolina people that came out. You had Vince Carter, Antoine Jameson, Marvin Williams, Raymond Felton, Caleb Wilson. Boy, no Carolina man, put out some products. Michael Jordan, Kenny Smith. We got James Worthy. Oh, man, Carolina man put out some pieces, man. My boy Rasheed Wallace. I go on and on and on and on about the Carolinas. Now, I don't know where the draft is going now, y'all. The fifth pick is up. It's going to be the Clippers. I don't know where they will go with this pick. It's a lot of chirping that it's going to be Keaton Wagler out of Illinois guard. Ain't a bad pick. Or it could be Mikael Brown Jr., Louisville. Also not a bad pick. But I see guard going with Clippers. Um, you got Darius Garland at the point. So the question is what's Kawhi going to do? But you definitely need a young guard because I can't see any other position that you want to go draft to get. So you're looking for that two guard is going to be able to contribute after Kawhi. So now you got a great veteran to get behind, and you can come in there. And you're not rushed to get on that court. and you get to learn. And then when your time has come, you kind of transition into it.
Congratulations to all of you guys. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa. And now it's the Los Angeles Clippers that are on.
Los Angeles Clippers is on the clock, y'all. In a minute and 5, we're gonna find out which way they gonna go, man. Is it gonna be the guard for Illinois or is it gonna be the guard for Louisville? This is where the draft starts, y'all. Who do you think it's gonna be? I don't see him going Darius A cup. They said they could go Darius A cup. Why? You got Darius Garland there. Why would you go Darius A cup? You feel me? So I don't think Darius A cup will be a good fit there.
Where this organization is going, where they basically have turned a corner with you, Darius Garland in, James Harden out. We'll see what happens with Kawhi Leonard. Potentially, certainly the aspiration case down the road that needs to be figured out.
I definitely think it's Keaton Wagler.
Veterans out.
You know what's crazy about the basketball kids that's coming in and compared to the NFL kids that come in? Yo, the basketball kids don't have no ladies, none of that. They ain't got no girlfriend, no pregnant girls, none of that. They like, man, they just young boys. Man, them NFL boys get drafted. They got families already, man. They got whole babies and no girls about to be wives. As soon as they make the league, they about to marry them, all types of girls. Them girls been playing. They be getting on them football players. They say, you going to the league. I better get this baby in me quick. Shoot. Not the basketball boys. Listen, man, I ain't acting. I wish I would. Man, I ain't ready yet. I'm young. I want to have some fun. I'm a basketball player. They gonna be at all the shows, all the arenas. Nah, I ain't locking in. I gotta focus on basketball. And then they still got like their parents, like probably still on top of them. You know what I'm saying? But them NFL players be different. Them jokers be having whole families, man. All right, y'all. Number 5 pick is in with the Clippers.
With the 5th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the LA Clippers select Keaton Wagler.
Keaton Wagler.
Of Illinois.
No surprise. It has not been surprised so far, y'all.
His dad, his sister,
Man,
his brother, they all played basketball.
Keaton Wagler, freshman.
And you can see them sharing.
They're looking for life after Kawhi and Leonard. Makes sense. You draft a player where you're looking to proceed. Kawhi Leonard. You went young. And if this kid lives up to the billing, man, you might have a special player in the future. I think it's a good pick for the Clippers. I really do. And once again, I think this young boy could come in there. He's going to be impactful, but he doesn't have to be rushed onto that court, and he could process it, and he can pick up this NBA speed. And like I said, he got some good veterans. He got a nice team around him, so that he could acclimate slowly but surely into the culture. And I think this is a great pick. You're going to a passionate owner. So if I want to play ball, I want to play for somebody that's really passionate about the team and the franchise. So I think it's a great pick for this young fella, man, to go out to go out to the Clippers. Once again, it's Keaton Wagler out of Illinois, 6'5", guard. He can shoot the pill. He get to the rim. He has a nice shot. He defends. He set people up. So I'm looking for that duel, man, to be a special duel in the future. Him, Darius Garland Jr. Yeah. That boy put a 46 on Purdue. Sheesh.
Remarkable performance, 13 of 17, including 9 threes in that game. Just a remarkable performance in Mackey Arena. One of the things I love about him is, we know the shooting, but he played second half of the year. He played a lot of point guard. His pick and roll decision making, which is what this league is all about, is outstanding. He's the biggest of this group of guards. I think that plays into his defensive potential as well, and I think he's going to fit in really well with the playmaking that they already have with the Clippers.
Let's hear from him. He's with Lisa.
Yeah, great pick. Great pick, Clippers.
How did you go from being
Now I wonder if Brooklyn's going to make the right decision or just make a dumb decision with this pick. Because my man Gil, he wants Darius Cuff Jr. And I agree with him, because if you want to have a piece, especially in Brooklyn, you're going to need somebody who's going to be able to come in and be explosive. You got a young team, so you got a young team out Brooklyn. But you're going to need somebody, man, that kind of fill them seats up. And I think a Cuff, man, is just a special talent.
I got to continue to prove myself to show everyone that I belong here and can be one of the best players in this league.
Mom and Dad, I want you to take a look at this photo of the little guy wearing the Superman. You see that guy? Cute, right? There he is. Just what are you most proud of, Mom, about that little guy?
I'm just proud of him, just following his dreams and just being a great person. I'm very happy for him.
And Dad, what did people overlook?
I just talking to his mom, man. His mom is just, it's hard. It's a very emotional day, man, for your mom, for your son to make it to the league.
He's a killer on the court. We saw that from the day he was born. He's just a competitive kid. He's just wired that way, and I think just a lot of people overlook him because he's a little bit slight in build and a little bit younger looking to the face.
Look forward to watching you keep in the NBA. Congratulations to all of you guys.
Thank you.
You know what, baby faces unite. I've lived 12 since I was.
Oh man, so where does Brooklyn go? A Cuff Jr.? Do they go Kinston Flemings? Braden Burrs? Mikael Brown Jr., Amar? Do they go with the big guy? But it's so many guards is going to be coming out in the next couple picks. Is going to be a lot of guards coming out. I'm just curious to see which one is going to go to Brooklyn. Man, they got some good guards coming out, man. Talking about Darius Cuff Jr. out of Arkansas, pure scorer. Kingston Flemings, man, I love the way that boy run the offense, so poised. And he out of Houston, so you're going to get defense out the guard when he coming out of Houston. And then you got Braden Burrows, man, out of Arizona, and that powerhouse that they had out of Arizona,
Freshman guards, really, Bobby. Earlier, you compared them to the class of 1996. Why is this reminiscent?
And Mikael Brown Jr. out of Louisville, so. Whew. They compare Cuff Jr. to Allen Iverson. They say he could be like Allen Iverson, bro.
That's a lot of happiness in that room here. So there's a lot of joy that we're seeing from Sean Marks right in the middle.
I think they're gonna go Cuff Jr., man. Just for Gil, I think they're gonna go Cuff Jr. The pick is in Brooklyn. I think they're gonna Cuff Jr. I think it'll be a smart pick. What we gonna do, Brooklyn? What y'all doing, Brooklyn?
With the 6th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets select Mikael Brown Jr.
Wow.
From the University of Louisville.
They went Mikael Brown Jr. Gil's not gonna like that pick at all. Man, I don't know, man. Mikael Brown Jr. might be the pick, y'all.
The commissioner called his name. He describes himself as obsessed with watching basketball and guards, Bobby in particular. He did deal with a back injury during the season. He missed some time, but the talent is so clearly there. We saw it February 9th when he put up 45 against NC State, 10 3-pointers, which tied the school record.
Well, and I think the big thing is you go back to last summer with Team USA. He was the best player there, and the coaches, not staff,
I don't know, man. Brooklyn might got one.
That team raved about him in the last 5 games at Louisville. 21 points, 45 from the field, and 42% from 3. A big guard can do a little bit of everything. His dad,
man, he a big guard, y'all.
A lot of families, his dad has played an instrumental role in his development.
And teams were so impressed, Jay, during the pre-draft process with the workouts that they saw from him.
Ooh.
Absolutely score. Uber talented. He's got legs, athleticism, great speed. He had the third fastest agility time at the combine.
Fast guard. He can score. Tall guard. Explosive. I don't know, Gil. You might got a good pick there. I know you want a Cuff Jr.
But he does pass it well. There are times when you think he can make his teammates better even more than he does, but excellent in transition and a very
good transitional guard.
Either hand around the basket, oversized. He did have that back issue. He played fewer games than Derek.
Sacramento. I think a Cuff gonna go to Sacramento. I always had him. I had him going to Sacramento early. I said he was gonna go to Sacramento. And I think that if he goes to Sacramento, only fear about Sacramento, man, is just like I stated earlier, it's just that they just know how to waste some picks and talent, man. Because you gotta think you fire Mike Brown, who ended up winning a chip. As soon as you fired him, wins a chip next year. Even though the New York Knicks was already kind of built, you still fired a good coach. And then you let De'Aaron Fox go, so now you bring in another explosive guard.
Excitement. I'm home. I'm calling this home now, so I'm super excited.
And he got drafted. Mikael Brown got drafted. You know the draft is in Brooklyn, so he just got drafted at home. Like you said, I just got drafted home.
So now that you're a first round pick, what does it mean that you got through all of that adversity and you're here?
It means the world. You got to face adversity at some point, and it hit right then and there.
Yeah, you gotta face adversity, y'all. He got injured in college, man, and it was a fear that it could drop his draft stock. But yeah, you went the sixth pick, top 10.
And for you, mom and dad,
Well worthy of the pick. But I said I like a Cuff, but I understand if you're gonna go with a big guard, and he's a big guard. He put up 45 on North Carolina State, so he definitely could score. You're gonna need some type of offense some type of guy you can build around. They got a guard already they're high on out there, Denham. So if you compare them two, you might have a good backcourt. And now you can just go ahead and try to get some pieces around them to build upon. They let Nick Claxton go. So they got some pieces they got to bring in though. But we'll see, man, in years to come if this was a great pick or not.
And I think that's what makes men men. The ability to make sacrifice and put others before them for the greater good. So to see this moment, something that I dreamed of even when I played. I think the Most High just knew, like, hey, I'm gonna give it to someone that I know you care about more than yourself, and to give it to him, and you can be a better person for it to happen to. So it's exciting and it's surreal.
Well, Michael, we are looking forward to watching you do your thing in this building, like you said. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Congratulations.
Home.
Well,
Sacramento.
is right for Michael Brown Jr. And now it's the Kings that have made their pick.
The pick is in for Sacramento. A Cuff Jr. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be Darius Cuff Jr. That's what I see the pick. Who y'all going with, man? Who they going with, y'all?
With the 7th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select
Darius A. Cuff Jr. Yeah. He's special, y'all. He's special, y'all. Yeah, John Cal. He's a Cal. John Calipari. Out of Arkansas, man. Special. I like this boy. He out Detroit boy. Detroit gonna have heart. He grind. I'm just saying, Sacramento, y'all need a coach. Y'all need to bring in a good coach there, man. Y'all need a good coach. Y'all just need to switch it around because this boy right here, man, is gonna be special. Why should I tell you, y'all? He gonna be special. There's a Cuff Jr. is gonna be special. And I know Gil is mad right now because Brooklyn had the chance to get this ball. But hey, man, Mikael Brown might end up panning out well.
He is powerful, compact, and he's got great speed.
and his ability not only in transition but to get to the basket and to finish plays.
Yeah, Coach Cal said, I'm gonna get your son to the league. One thing about Calipari, he's gonna get your son to the league. I'm gonna get you to the league.
And John Calipari was trying to get him to take a game off, and he wouldn't do it. Didn't really have many bad games at all. But Darius Acuff Jr.
6'2".
in transition, but just elite offensively. Can shoot it, can drive it, and an excellent passer that's got terrific vision. Really good in pick and roll situations. Shot over 48%.
You talking about the DeRozan? They trying to get DeRozan. I think they say Houston is pursuing DeRozan right now.
And the way he finished the year, his last 8 games, he averaged 26 points a game and shot 48% for free. You know, the MVP of the Southeastern Conference tournament. He was absolutely unstoppable. Played with some good players. You know, Malik Thomas is expected to be taken in the first round as well. Trevin Brazil, but Darius Acuff was the man. And look at this one. I mean, he's the only SEC player. He and Pete Maravich, the only SEC to lead in scoring.
That's insane, man. Ain't no Pistol Pete averaged 44.5. Dang. He averaged 44.5 in the season. Dang, 44. Man, that's insane, man. Pete Maravich was that dude.
Very special. Being here with them, seeing them smile, that's the best moment.
And Dad, you took him to the gym when he was just 4 years old. Just how did you know that he was born to play ball?
The look in his eyes, it was the look in his eyes when he first was born. His eyes lit up when he put basketball in his hand. So I knew it was something born.
I know you guys must be proud.
Special, y'all, special.
Thank you.
Good pick, Sacramento. I just hope that it ain't a wasted. I don't think he's a wasted pick at all. I just saying the organization need to make better decisions when it comes to coaching and the GM. They just got to get it right out Sacramento, man, because you don't fire Mike Brown, who is a NBA, who's a NBA winning coach. Come on, man, it's y'all. Right now, it's a commercial break. All these picks so far has been up to what we thought it was going to be. It's going according to plan. Atlanta's on the clock next. Now we started getting to like the meat and potatoes of this thing, real quick. Uh, I have no arguments with the picks, man. No arguments whatsoever. I think it will, especially 1 through 4, was already kind of predicted. 5 and 6, no surprise. 7, yeah, top 7, no surprise, really. No head scratching picks at all. I think the picks fit the teams. I think that now the process is a lot more smoother. I think the teams kind of zeroed in on their guy when they had their interviews and they kind of knew what direction they wanted to go. And it's just simple, Washington, you had to go with somebody that's going to be explosive, who's going to be able to fill them seats up, change the culture, and be willing to accept the challenge. AJ DeBonsa checks all them boxes. Peterson, you're going to. You just need a guard who's going to be coming in, be effective, be a dual threat, not only offensively but defensively, and also get other teammates involved. So I think you get all that in Darren Peterson, and then you get a polished, pro-ready, high IQ guy down in Memphis that you could build around you and him and Zach Edey, that tandem. I love to see how that's going to be for the future. And you got Caleb Wilson going out there with Josh Giddey and them boys in Washington and in Chicago. And they need that for Chicago. Because Chicago's trending the right way. They kind of need that glue guy, that impactful guy. You need that defensive minded guy. You figure you just brought in Thiago Splitter. He proved that he could be. He's a good coach. He proved that he could coach in his league. So yeah, I'm liking that pick a lot. Um, no surprise that Keaton Wagler went to was a 5th pick. Keaton Wagler going to the Clippers wasn't a bad pick at all. And Mikael Brown Jr. that wasn't bad. So far, none of these franchises that bombed in the picks. These picks are very good picks for the future of the franchise, and I think it's something that the fan bases could be happy to get around. Once again, we're at a commercial break, y'all. As soon as these next couple picks come in, I'll be giving y'all the lowdown on this live presentation of what's good with Gil Larry, the live presentation. My man Gil gonna be like, yo, man, you gotta keep talking. I'm like, man, I got it. Man, I know what he meant now. Woof. I'm trying to tell you. I see why that these programs be having co-hosts and guests. Cause man, you need somebody to bounce these ideas off. You need somebody to sit there and be able to have dialogue with. It'd be great if somebody came in and piped in an opinion to this draft, however they feel it is so far. Cause we live now, y'all. So y'all can pipe in and say what y'all want to say. And I answer. I even comment, tell you what y'all said. It's okay. But it's cool. It's cool. We're gonna watch this draft together. I'm gonna let y'all know what's going on. The commercial break is finally over. We're back in Brooklyn, y'all. And Atlanta Hawks is next up on the clock. I don't know. I see it's report they think about going Demetrius Castillo. Uh, the picks in, y'all. I'm gonna let you know right now.
The 2026 NBA draft. The Atlanta Hawks select Kingston Fleming.
Good pick. Good pick. Good pick. Kingston Fleming, y'all, out of Houston. Great pick for Atlanta. Great pick. Great situation for him to go into. Oh my God, you're going to hot Atlanta? Woo. Hot Atlanta? Whew. I think McCollum coming back. You got Neil Walker's Neil Alexander Walker down there.
Yeah, something was going on there, and it definitely was for Kingston Flemings. It's fitting that his favorite player is Derrick Rose because Kingston Flemings is a dynamic point guard with a
Man, you got a dynamic point guard.
He has a quick first step, and he has bounce.
And this pick came for the Pelicans.
He can also take it all the way to the rim. He's a great facilitator.
Man, that's a great pick. That's a great pick.
They need additional guard talent in Atlanta. They just got it because they don't have a lot of playmaking outside CJ McCollum.
Yeah, they ain't have too much playmaking on CJ McCollum at the guard spot. So now you got a guard that actually get once again, yeah, Houston. So we got offense. So you got a young guard that can get in there and contribute. Um, Man, he's going to a great situation. Of all these players, just a great situation. You went to a playoff bound team who will probably be going to playoffs again. They gave New York a fit. We had to figure it out because they was one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs. Um, and now you get a great guard that know how to play the game the right way, and he's a two-way player. Smart, smart, great. No complaints with that pick for Atlanta, and it's cool from Kingston to go in there because this is a great situation for him. Dallas, where did Dallas go? Because you got Kyrie coming back off his injury. You still got PJ Washington out there. You got Cooper Flag. So, excuse me. So you got to pair somebody along with Cooper Flag. Which way you go? Moran Jr., Morez Johnson, the center out of Michigan. There you go, Mara.
Kingston, tell me, as you're walking up to the stage to shake the commissioner's hand, just what thoughts go through your mind about the journey that got you here?
Yeah, like you said, the journey. Putting in work. Early mornings, late nights. My dad or my mom always working, so it was great. But I'm just ready to work for Atlanta.
Now, Mr. D, you had Kingston and his
Right now, they're
sister,
interviewing him.
who's also a star hooper. You had them write out goals. Just tell me, why did you think that was so important as you see him sitting here now as an NBA first-round draft pick?
Ultimately, it was never about what I wanted, and I think our job as parents is to just guide our kids on how to achieve their goals instead of placing our
thought process on them and what we want for them. So they write down their goals, and then our job is to just keep pushing them towards them.
Mom, how proud of him are you right now?
I'm so proud. I always tell Kingston, little Kingston would be even more proud of what he's accomplished with the goals that he set forth so many years ago, and now today has come to fruition. This was his ultimate dream.
Congratulations to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love that Kingston, he published a letter today that was addressed to all the general managers in the NBA. I'd never seen that before. And now he's found his home here with the Atlanta Hawks.
Wow.
The Dallas Mavericks are on the clock, and it's been a week of change for
You know,
you can see their new head coach,
Dallas Mavericks, man, they hired Dusty May. Gil said, how you think that Dusty May going to work out in the NBA? He's been a winner on all levels. I was playing to Gil. You know, in the past, not too many college coaches have been able to transfer and take the skill set to the NBA. Not too many. You know, I'm talking about some great college coaches come to the NBA, does not have the same success. I think it's a little bit different because of dynamic, because of the game where it's at with the nil. So you don't have to deal with too much of the coaching the kind of the grooming aspect of the athlete nowadays, because you got to navigate with them having money, them having sponsors and things of that nature. So similar to being in NBA. So I think if you are able to establish a great program in this day and era of basketball where kids are jumping in the portal, then I think it might be able to translate up to the next level. And then you could build around Cooper Flag. You're at the draft, so you have an input on the guy that you want to bring in to help you in your system with the pieces that you have that could immediately come in and be an impact player. So hey, you from Michigan, he might go with this guy. He might go with Maria Johnson. I won't be surprised if you got to go with a Michigan guy. Brandon Burrs is out there though.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Morez Johnson.
What I tell you, man, he went with his guy. Man. As soon as he got hired, he said, "I got you. Don't worry about it, man. I'm gonna make sure I take you with me. I take you with them. You going with me? You gonna be my Louis bag, okay?" Morez Johnson, no surprise. He's going to be relied with his coach. So now he has a guy that understands how he likes things. So that's cool. And you compare him against Cooper Flag. Ooh, I like that pick.
Familiar faces as he makes the leap as well. But Morez Johnson Jr., he had a double-double in the championship game against UConn. And Jay, you called him one of the best front court defenders in this draft.
Yeah.
He's a defensive weapon out on the floor. He's a powerful athlete that's relentless.
It makes sense. And then I love this guy, man. I love the way Morez Johnson plays, and I love his grit. I love the fact that he was injured in that title game, and he still found a way to come out and help his team win a national championship. So that's the type of character guy that I like. I like dogs. I like the guys that's going to leave it all out there. He's a great defender.
He can switch onto a point guard, not just stay in front for a couple dribbles. He can guard that guy. Get steals, block shots, and when he takes the ball to the basket, he can absorb a bump and still punch it on you. Just the most versatile defender in my view in this draft.
When I'm trying to think of notable players who have made the jump with their head coach, maybe Rick Pitino, Ron Mercer in the 1997.
6'9", great size.
Well, that didn't fare well. So hopefully,
Great, like I said, great defender.
it works a lot better. I think the one thing I like about he's got a nasty streak about him, Morez Johnson. And I think when Jay said when you go to a Dallas team that's undersized at the floor, you have PJ Washington right now. You pair him with Cooper Flag in there. That is certainly a big front court.
Lex, I know you said that Dallas needs shooting, but when you think about Morez Johnson Jr., he is working on his shooting. His shooting got better at Michigan, but he is an excellent cutter. He lets the offense come to him. He shot just under 70% at the rim and 90% on dunks, and that's why his teammates were so happy playing with him and now happy for him in this moment.
Yeah, his shooting stroke, when you look at his mechanics, to me, that lends itself to extending his range.
Yep.
But I'm looking at now defensively. When you put him next to Cooper Flag, you talk about
Not a bad pick, y'all. Not a bad pick at all.
Guys that can slide their feet, but also play
Not a bad pick.
at the rim.
Morez Johnson being united with his coach, Dusty May, in Dallas.
family. This is a dream that they've collectively been working toward, and now Morez is with Lisa. Morez, how much do you think your coach had a little bit to do with this bid?
This is second day. I think he had a little bit, but not too much in this. But it's crazy, man. We got work to do. Back to work.
What does this moment mean to you?
This moment means a lot to me, man.
Man, it's a special moment, y'all.
I've been thinking about this since I was
Right now, once again, they got to have the interview with the players, and they asked him, "Do you think his coach has something to do with it?" He said, "Oh no, not too much." Yeah, that's what you're supposed to say. They prepped y'all good at that PR class. Them PR people got them boys ready for the NBA level.
And you told him back in 6th grade when he was doubting himself a little bit that you told him what he had to do to make his dreams come true. What was his message? What was your message to him?
just work hard, keep working, outwork everybody. You will make it. And he was saying, like, ignore all the outside noise. You won't catch up to him later. I remember that.
So, what do you think about following Coach May to Dallas now?
Man, it's insane. The Michigan Mass now. But I'm very grateful for this opportunity, man, and I'm excited to do it with my coach. We won together this past season. Looking forward to winning with him in Mass when I get there.
Looking forward to seeing you in the NBA. Congratulations to you all. She says, I am so happy. I am so happy. And she should be. Her son on his way to the Dallas Mavericks here. I love the joy. We've seen the full range of emotions.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love seeing the moms, man. I love seeing the moms, man. Happy, man, because being a mom, they sacrifice. It's Father's Day, man, and happy belated Father's Day to all them great fathers out there, man. But it's good seeing the moms express their emotion as men. Cause we men, it's proud moments for a man to see his son go to the league, and you don't see us tearing up. Cause we gotta be men, right? But it gotta be the best feeling ever, man, to see your child who have wanted something. Like I said, it's a brotherhood of only 450 players that make it, or people that make it to the NBA, and to be associated to this brotherhood, it's a great feeling. It's a great night. I'm looking forward to see what the future holds with these players. I believe there's going to be a great draft. I believe there's going to be some good pieces, some great, man, who Hall of Famers could come out this draft class right here. But they have to go out there and put the work in, and understand that now the journey really begins, because you accomplish your first goal. Now the next goal is to solidify your position in the league. Milwaukee Bucks is on the clock, y'all. Which way do they go? Do they go Brandon Burroughs? Do they go Dave Morrow, the big guy?
But Milwaukee, again, this is an important decision as they look to turn the page from the Giannis Antetokounmpo chapter in franchise history. The clock is ticking down. The pick should be in imminently as we take a look here at Nate Ament. Could he be a selection? Bobby's saying, well, that doesn't go with the run of guards, but a lot of talent and really malleable.
Well, and it's certainly with the Ament as far as a big wing. And I think when you're looking at Milwaukee's roster here, there's no Bobby Portis. Kyle Kuzma's on his last year of his contract. They went out and got Jaime Jaquez and Khalil Ware here. I think he would fit with this group here just based on the style that
man.
This is a very different draft for the Milwaukee.
Man, it's different, man. Man, you want to go to Milwaukee now? No Giannis? Shish. You'll be playing to an empty house, man. It ain't motivating for. I mean, you happy to make it to the league, but man, that's not motivating to go to a dry place.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Braden Burries.
Yeah, Braden Burries. That's what I thought. Braden Burries out of Arizona, man.
For helping Arizona get to the Final Four, Braden Burries is on his way to Milwaukee, and I'm half surprised, guys, that his family didn't show up here today with those famous T-shirts with his face on them that they wore all season long to his games, which I just love. But Burries, he led Arizona in scoring, just over 16 a game.
Man, I don't know, man. You happy to make it to the league, but man, you gotta go to Milwaukee after this blockbuster trade. That takes the thunder out this day. You are going to this rebuild, because that's what it is, a super rebuild, and it's a young team. Sheesh.
back in the day of Tom Thibodeau, and now he's a stone throw away in Milwaukee here. Here's a big guard, 6'4", 215 grab and go, offense rebounder here. He's got some toughness with him.
What does a Murray's hero backcourt start to look like?
Two guys that can really shoot it and have some toughness to them. And Brayden Murray's is from San Bernardino. Really good player in high school, very highly regarded. But this last year, he was number 3 in the country in plus minus behind Yaxel Lendeborg of Michigan and Cameron Boozer of Duke. He impacts winning. He's a smooth shooter, very skilled, fundamentally sound, and he's got really good speed. And he makes
smooth shooter,
impressive plays at both ends of the floor.
definitely fundamentally sound. Good court vision. But man, you going to Milwaukee with no Giannis. It's Tyler Hero, Jami Jaquez. Man.
He's an instinctive defender, gets steals, and he makes the play that's required. DeAndre Ayton was the only freshman in Arizona that scored more points in his first year than Brayden Murray's did. He did it on a Final Four team. He's a really good player, and he's got no memory. Like, once he does something, it's in his rearview mirror. He doesn't think about it. He's on to the next thing.
Which is a perfect segue, Jay, because what stands out.
Yeah, I just want to give y'all the top 10, man, because after here, man, at this point in the draft, it's like, for me, for me, I'm going to pay attention to it, but this ain't the most exciting part of the draft. I just wanted to know what the first top 10 going to be. I believe the top 10 is where the impact players sit at. But the Golden State Warriors is next on the clock. And more likely, he's going to probably go with the center, Andy Meyer. But once again, I was going to go with the top 10, and I brought you all the top 10 once again as a recap. You had AJ DeBonsa at number 1 to Washington Wizards. You had Darren Peterson, the guard out of Kansas, going to Utah. You had Cameron Boozer out of Duke going to Memphis. You had Caleb Wilson out of North Carolina going to Chicago. You had Keaton and Wagler out of Illinois going to the Clippers. You had at the 6th spot, you had, I apologize, y'all. Y'all had Mikael Brown Jr. going to Brooklyn at the 6th spot. You had Darius Cuff Jr. going to Sacramento at the 7th spot. At the 8th spot, you had Kingston Fleming, the guard out of Houston, going to Atlanta. At the 9th spot, Mariah Johnson Jr., the center out of Michigan, going to Dallas. And at the 10th spot, you have Brandon Burrs out of Arizona going to Milwaukee.
He's going to give his all out there. Well, we look forward to watching him in the NBA. Congratulations to you all.
And I thank everybody once again for subscribing to the channel. I just wanted to give y'all this 1 to 10 tonight. Right now, Golden State's on the clock, and I might give you a recap next week of some interesting picks from the 11th all the way to the 30th, 32 spot. But for now, I'm signing off, and I thank everybody for coming in and tuning in to What's Good with Lil Larry, What's Good with Gil Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like the channel.